All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris 30 Gaming. We are here with our second podcast. We are doing our favorite horror video game series. We are here with Attaboy317. We are here with Lonely X Zombie. These are my partners in crime when it comes to our channel. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about our favorite video games that are scary of all time. What do you guys want to start with? What's your guys' poison?
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil 7 is my all-time favorite Resident Evil game of all time.
Your favorite is 7 of all of them?
My favorite of every single one of them.
My
8
favorite
was an atrocity. It was terrible.
Okay, we're about to fight.
Are you about to tell me your favorite was 8?
My favorite was 8.
No!
I absolutely loved Village. Why did you hate it?
Because it made no freaking sense.
Did you play all of it?
I played enough. I played enough. I played enough.
We're starting this off with a fight.
when you have Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, and you go from like the goopy like thingies that come out of the goop juice machine that are chasing you, and then you go to werewolves, dragons, and witches. What? Like, where in the story does that go? It made no sense. Resident Evil 7 was a fucking masterpiece. And if you're crazy enough like I was and played that game in VR, oh my goodness. There was nothing bad about that game, in my opinion.
So I will 100% state that Resident Evil 7 is 10 times scarier than Resident Evil 8 was. The environment was more consistent. The characters...
7?
7.
Okay.
Yeah, the characters were more consistent. The design, everything was to the point with Resident Evil 7. The only reason I loved Resident Evil 8 was because it had... it split everything up into sections, and it had variety with the monsters and the lore. So that's the aspect I enjoyed more compared to Resident Evil 7.
The reason I didn't like 8, this is my reason.
Yeah.
It didn't, like, how that game won Game of the Year made no sense. Because I am shitting on your favorite game, and I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine. I mean, everyone's different.
Yeah, but like, this is why I didn't like it though, because like, I was going off of 8 or going off of 7, and how, like, you barely survived, and then when you start 8 and you have, I can't remember what their names were, but you have the 2 people that, and the 3, including the baby, that survived the start. Yeah, and you have that 3 starting off in 8. I was like, oh, this is gonna be really, really cool. And then when you got, like, I played like 6-7 hours of 8, and you get to the village part of it. I will say, like, you're 100% right. Like, the map design in Resident Evil 8 was incredible. I love that you could go into like different parts of the map. Mm-hmm. You had to like backtrack. Like, I loved it for what it was. But what I didn't like was how you went against werewolves. You went against giants. You went against, I think, a dragon. You went against... I mean, you went against everything in the freaking Hobbit that you went in for freaking Resident Evil. Yeah. And there was like no character development. Only thing that was character development, if you could even say it, was for the baby. Because the baby had that evil entity that took over the village. Yes. Other than that, that was it. The mom got like shredded to pieces 30 seconds into the game. And then Chris, is his name? Was it Chris that was the person?
The agent? Yeah, Chris.
No, not that guy. The husband. Who's the husband?
Oh, yeah, the who you're playing as?
Yes.
Oh, God,
I can't remember what.
It's been too long. I can't remember.
But that guy, the guy that doesn't know how to use his hands for combat, and
yeah,
sorry, but yeah, that guy. There was no character development other than the baby.
Ethan Winters.
Ethan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So other than Ethan and the baby, there was no character development. The mom died. The baby took over the village, turning everybody evil. And then there was Ethan that was just running back and forth and nothing. But if you strip away all the stuff that I just bitched about, the enemies, the dragons, the werewolves, the characters that you fight, and you copy and you paste what was Resident Evil 7 and you put that in 8, but you give it its own spin and you have another family that is taken over, and then because it's a village of huge entities.
Yeah,
you could have done Resident Evil 7, technically 2. You could Resident Evil 7 Part 2. You could have had so many other families get the entity that the first family got, and have that carry over, and then have like the cruise ship that was the little ending on Resident Evil 7 be a part of this. Like there was so much you could have done, but when you went with vampires and you went with werewolves and all that other shit, I was like, this isn't Resident Evil. Like, it's the best example. Like, me and Zombie got in this conversation the other day about Assassin's Creed, how Assassin's Creed Valhalla, or Village, Valhalla is my favorite, was of all time. And he's like, you can't call that Assassin's Creed, though.
True.
He's like, you can't. And I argued with him like it was crazy. And I'm like, you can. I'm like, it's the thing that saved the career of this whole franchise. But I now, having this conversation here, understand what he's saying, because Resident Evil 7 was what made Resident Evil.
Yeah.
And then Resident Evil 8 could have been called anything else except for Resident Evil, because it did nothing that Resident Evil 7 did. Like, in my opinion, there hasn't been a true Resident Evil game since 4.
Yeah, I can totally agree with that one. Resident Evil 4 was the peak of the franchise. And 8 is completely different compared to anything else that came out.
They took a leap. They took a leap on 8, and I'm not knocking them for it. I just, as a fan of it, didn't like it.
Yeah, it was a huge risk. Half of it, that huge risk essentially split Resident Evil fan base in half. Half of us loved it. The other half thought it was absolute dog shit.
Like you're my second friend that liked it. My friend, freaking Wise Chocolate, loved it.
Yeah,
said it was one of the best of the series. I loved 7, and the reason I'm sorry we're still on this Resident Evil topic, but I loved 7 because it was your paranormal investigators, and you're going to check out this house, and then you're in this creepy ass house, and then all of a sudden this crazy creepy ass girl comes out of nowhere, and then you got like these little puzzle things that you got to figure out, and like then the family gets introduced, and then it's like then your story actually starts.
Yeah.
So you get like 3 stories before the main game even goes, and it was all shot in one area. It was all shot in one house.
Yeah.
So how they couldn't take that village and turn that into some shit like that goopy stuff that turned everybody, like have that turn everybody like it did, but make it more believable in the story, like make it like Resident Evil 7 continued to 8. But I don't know. They in my opinion, they dropped the ball, and that's just my thought on it.
What are your thoughts, Zombie?
I've only played 4.
Oh, you haven't played any of the new ones? Either one? Oh, okay.
Resident Evil 7 was just had that atmosphere. It was a whole new engine. But yeah, I don't know. That's just my thought on it.
Yeah, so apparently we'll just agree to disagree.
I mean, I don't want to say I'm saying it's a bad game, because I am technically saying that, but it's not for me. That's the better way. I'll say it that way.
And I've heard plenty of people just talk trash about 8. And
I mean, and I'm sure people hated 7, but like 7, in my opinion, was what saved the franchise.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, it like sparked a new interest into it.
Because before that, they had 2 shit games. They had 5 and 6 that I think equally everybody hated. And the only thing that was good and beneficial about it was that it had multiplayer.
Yeah, there's a reason no one talks about 5 and 6.
Yeah, like 4 and 7, like other than like the original PS2 or PS1s, like my nostalgia era, other than 4 and 7, that there's like those in the middle, just like it just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. So what's your favorite franchise then, Chris?
Oh shit.
Or game, I guess, not franchise.
My
but
favorite game. my favorite horror game is damn, it's hard. It's hard because I enjoyed playing Until Dawn a lot. I really liked playing Until Dawn. I love the decision-based games. But if we're going like favorite game series of all time and I have vivid memories of like 6 of my friends all bundled up in front of a box TV in my bedroom whenever I was in junior high, we were playing Fear 2.
Ooh,
and
Fear, yes.
And Fear is what introduced me to like horror games, because after Fear, I got introduced to Manhunt. And if anybody ever played Manhunt, that was a sadistic, psychotic game that I can't believe was made.
Yeah, so I same as you. I got introduced to the horror game genre by the Fear franchise, and then I was too young to play Manhunt.
Yeah.
And then like I saw it on, I mean, I'm gonna date myself, but Blockbuster, they had video games, and you could rent video games. I always saw Manhunt on the shelf, but I was always too scared to pick it up.
My uncle broke every one of my mom's rules about me playing certain games. My uncle would get all like the mature games for me, and I would just stay at his house and we'd play them.
Nice.
And I watched him play Manhunt. I never physically played it, but I watched him.
Yeah.
And the scene that stuck with me was when he just took a bag and suffocated somebody and then stabbed him in the neck. I was like, what is this?
You can do this in a video game?
I was like, holy shit. And that was it. And like, but like, if we're talking like for me physically playing, Fear is what got me like deep into the horror games. But like the first horror game I think I ever played was Resident Evil. I want to say Resident Evil 1 on the PS1. And if it wasn't Resident Evil, I think it was Clock Tower. I think Clock Tower was the horror game, right? Or am I too old for everybody in this call?
Yeah, I think you're too old, bud.
Okay, so Clock Tower was the first horror game, and if I hope I'm thinking of the right game, but the memory I have from Clock Tower is you're trying to get out of this situation, and you're getting like compressed in a spike wall. But if it wasn't Clock Tower, it was Resident Evil 1, and then Resident Evil 2, and then let me look up horror games on the PS1 really quick.
Did you ever play Gex?
No.
Gex the Gecko?
Yes.
Yeah, there was a level in that one, that was PlayStation 1, where the level was you jumped into a haunted house. And like it's not a scary game in general, but that level always freaked me out because it had like floating skulls in it and they attacked you constantly, and I was terrified. It was like a dark lit mansion that you just had to navigate, and that like 5-year-old me was not about that shit at that time.
Okay, so this is Jesus Christ, this is like all my childhood here. Okay, so Resident Evil yes, that's it.
Nemesis?
No, Resident Evil Nemesis. But the game, my first horror game I ever played was Clock Tower: The First Fear. That was the first horror game I ever played. The second was Resident Evil 1. Third was Resident Evil 2, and then the fourth was Silent Hill. The other one that I played was these are only the PS1 was called Nightmare Creatures. But like those were the PS1 days that I played, and then Resident Evil 1 and 2 eventually got remastered just recently. 1, 2, and 3, all 3 got remastered. Yeah, Clock Tower: The First Fear. That was the first horror game. Damn.
What did you play that on?
PS1. Yeah, and then when the PlayStation 2 came out, that is when I played. I think Fear was on the PS2.
Yes. Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
PS2 and then Xbox 360.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
played Fear. I played Fear 1, 2, and 3, and I know those go out on different generations. But yeah, Fear 1 was on the PS2. I think Fear 2 was on the PS3, and then Fear 3 was on the like the newer console, or the again PS3s or Xbox Ones. And then one game that I don't think a whole lot of people really know of was called Darkness. It was like called Darkness, and you were like the devil, and you had these powers, and it was on
Was that the one where you're murdering that town?
I'm looking it up right now.
You're murdering a town.
Yeah, there was this one game that got banned from the public.
Oh, it's called The Darkness. It's called The Darkness, and it was on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, and it was, dude, that was one of the most fun games because you had like spirit powers where you could possess people, and yeah, it wasn't like a huge title, but they made The Darkness 2, I believe. But
what about you, Zombie? What's your favorite scary game
of all time? I'd have to say The Beast Inside.
holy shit, that is one game that I've got on the ready to play, but I'm terrified to play it because I don't know how to edit.
I've never played it.
Oh, bro,
It's so scary, dude.
Dude, it's what's so special about that game is it's made by an indie game company, and it's like a full 14-15 hour game, and it is remarkable. Like every step of the way, it's just so good.
What's it about?
It's based on a thriller survival horror immersed in the story of a long buried secret about personal tragedies and madness. So you play as two protagonists bounded by dark heritage, and you have to combat the enemies, solve riddles, and experience real terror in 3D scanned environment. It's a 3D scanned environment. I did not know that.
No idea what that means.
You initially play like you're like a detective for like the CIA, and you're in witness protection, and your wife, and you move into this house, and you're trying to take and set things up, and all of a sudden you're being trailed, and then it's got two endings, but it's a very, very, very good game. That was one of the first games I ever played on Twitch. That was one of the first horror games I ever played. And then it's not really a horror. Would you say that A Plague's Tale of Innocence is a horror game?
Yes.
Okay. So I didn't know if people would classify it as that, but another really phenomenal game that I've literally had 8 people stream it is called A Plague's Tale of Innocence, and they're actually coming out with another Plague's Tale of Innocence 2 later this year. And
is that the one with the rats?
Yes.
That's the only thing I know about it.
Yeah, it's literally known as the rat game, but
yeah,
the story, the graphics, the level of uncomfortableness that you go through, all around good. It's really good. It won like several awards. Again, it was another indie game that was made. And then another game series that not a lot of people play, or not a lot of people have heard of really, or play, in my opinion, is Layers of Fear. Like,
yes,
Layers of Fear 1 and 2, and then I'm so excited because Layers of Fear 3 is coming out this year.
Yeah, and to our viewers watching right now, that's how Chris and I met. Was playing Layers of Fear.
I was playing the second one.
Yeah, and I think didn't I raid you? I didn't raid you. I think I just joined.
I was streaming at like 1 a.m, and you came in. Yeah. And then that's how I met you. You came in and you were like, "Oh, I'm playing the first one." and
Right.
you're like, I can't wait to play the second one. And I think that was back in October, and fast forward now, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, October last year. I think I had just finished the first one,
Yep.
and I was looking on Twitch to see who was, how many people were playing the second one, because I didn't I didn't want to waste my own time if no one was playing it.
Yeah.
And then yeah, that's how I just stumbled onto you playing the second one. I was like, oh, whatever. Talk to this guy, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say the first one, in my opinion, I can't say anything about the third because I haven't even seen anything yet. But the first one, in my opinion, is the better one. And
We're gonna fight again.
you don't you like the second one better?
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
I think
The second's the one on the ship, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the first one better. The second one's story was not there. The ending. I hated the ending. The ending was so stupid.
Oh wait, I gotta remember now. Shit.
Because you're like a actress or an actor and actress, and you're
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't like the story of the second one better than the first. The only thing I liked better about the second was returning to the main hub. You know what I mean? Like
where you start. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You always started a chapter and then you always looped around back to
Yeah.
the main square. And so I liked the layout better of the second one.
See, for me, I didn't like this. I loved the game. I hated the ending. It didn't make sense to me because the whole time I was like, did I kill my brother? Did I?
Yeah, the ending for me was like, I was like, really? That's it?
There
Like
was
it
no-
ended
there was
abruptly. Yeah.
there was no payoff. There was no payoff.
Yeah, no conclusion or anything.
Because for me, like until like the end of the game, I was under the impression that the second game was you were the same guy from the first game, because all the newspaper snippings that you got always referred to stuff that happened in his previous life or in his previous his history, about like a fire occurred, lost a significant other. So I was like, oh, I'm playing as this guy. And then when it came down to it, I was playing a chick, and it was like, oh, I killed my brother, and whoop, scene. That was it. And I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Something else about those was both the first and the second games have multiple endings. So
yeah, I got the bad ending in both, I think.
Yeah, but the second one, I could be wrong on this. If I am, correct me in the comments, please, viewers. But for the second one, I believe you could end with both either a woman or a man.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Okay.
there's like two, totally different narratives as far as like your character goes. So, yeah,
Huh.
I don't know, because I believe I ended as a dude, but you ended as a woman.
Yeah, I ended as as the sister, I think.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I ended as a brother. So.
Yeah.
But
It was so confusing, but
yeah.
I really enjoy. I mean, I really enjoy the series. I'm not
Mhm.
shitting on the series at all.
Oh, I love the series.
The first one, and the reason I like the first one so much is it was way more atmospheric and spooky, and dark and grimy and grainy, and
Which one?
felt on the first one.
Oh yeah.
And I liked how dark and grimy and grimy it was in the first one. You just were always on edge, and then the second one, it just seemed like it was like the brightness was cranked up a lot, and it wasn't so, you weren't so spooked until like way late in the game.
And that plays to, like, I guess I could like go into like professions, because my profession, I'm a graphic designer, so I enjoy more color variants and like higher contrast, stuff like that in video games in general. And so
I think we can all go off on record and see, like, just off our playlist on YouTube. Mine are all dark and grimy.
oh yeah, totally, yeah. So yeah, that's a great example. Yeah, 100%. And all of Zombies games are like black and blue for some reason. So
Yeah, like I like to play the ones that are more on the Unreal Engine because the Unreal Engine is my favorite engine, and it's just like the games that look like ultra realistic. I think they just give you the better spooks. I think they get you scared way more. And then like I played After Hours, and that was a complete. I gambled on that one because I liked the idea of it from what I read about the description, but it looked like it was like on the PlayStation 1 or early PlayStation 2 kind of game. The graphics were downgraded a bunch. And I was like, I'm going to give it a go. I enjoyed it, but like my favorite kind of games are like, I mean, you like Contempt or like Fear is a Fathom, like the VHS style kind of games. I don't know if you guys are into VHS style games, but those are incredible.
yes. I love the like very stylized. Yeah.
Like found footage kind of.
Uh-huh.
Like I'll tell you a game like that I played recently, and that was September 1999. It was 5 minutes, and I wanted more of it. I wanted to know what happened. I wanted to know. I still don't know what happened because I don't know. Like I don't know if anybody's even watched the playthrough on it or not. But like you're in this building, this room, and all of a sudden like you go back and forth, and every 2 minutes something changes, and then there's somebody crying, and then at the end somebody's getting cut up with a chainsaw. My thought was, okay, so there was a body 3 days. There's a body like on the bed already that was wrapped up, and then on the 30th, that body got like you hear the chainsaw and stuff like that. So like, did I kill multiple people? Like that, I just didn't know. And like that's what I like about those kind of games is because you don't have an answer, or the publisher didn't come up with an answer. I don't know, but the game I want you to play, and I can't wait for you to play, is I want you to play the Halloween game.
Yeah, I will be playing that.
I couldn't record it. It ran too hard on my computer, and they don't have it in settings available for some reason.
Yeah, I'll definitely be playing that. Like I said in the first podcast, like Halloween, Michael Myers scares the living crap out of me. So
Halloween Kills, the last one. I know we're on games right now, but Halloween Kills, I've never seen an athletic Michael Myers. He was running the entire time, it felt like.
Oh really? Whoa.
He sped up a lot.
Whoa, dang.
Yeah. So I highly recommend it if you haven't.
Yeah, I'll definitely be playing that. So look forward to it on the channel sometime.
I'm trying to like I want to figure out like I wish there was a way we could like get more comments, because I want to know what people want to see, and like I want to know like,
well, tell them right now.
Like yeah, like I want to know what you guys want to see. Like if you guys like a certain video or something like that, like tell us in the comments, because we can't play anything that you guys want to play until you guys tell us. And like we've got like I upload Monday through Friday, Attaboy does Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Zombie does Monday through Saturday. And so really just you can like comment below on the comments to like let us know like, hey, we'd like to see this game, or hey, we'd like to see that game. We'll do our best to make it come to life, because it's our responsibility to make sure that you as the viewer are getting what you guys want.
Yeah, give us suggestions. If you guys have a scary game you think we'd like to play, comment down below and we'll figure it out. Anything to add there, Zombie?
No, you guys said it all.
You're just chilling at this point.
Yeah, I don't have to do shit. I think I'll get myself some whiskey.
But has anybody played Song of Horror?
No.
So that is a game that is on Steam. If you've ever played Resident Evil 1 or 2, it's got that one. It annoys me.
Fixed camera.
Yeah, it's got that one camera where you just kind of loop around.
Yep.
But I really want one of you guys to play it. I can't physically play it because it annoys me so much. But it's got like 8 characters, and you go into this house because this detective goes missing, and you are trying to find this person, and then this person goes in there to find him. And if that person dies, then you get immediately synced up with another person in the game, in the universe of the game, and then that person goes into the house to try to find the person, and they all like have different skill sets. And it is, I've watched a streamer stream it one day, and I was like, holy shit, this game looks awesome. But it has a lot of puzzles, and I suck at puzzles, and then it has that camera angle that I cannot stand. Like, why is that a thing in games?
Yeah.
Like the medium had it, and that ruined the game for me. It had that like one motion camera. It only changed X amount of times.
Well, back in the day, I believe it was a file size limitation, because like on SNES and PlayStation, they could only have a certain amount of megabytes per game.
That is true.
Yeah, because so the first couple of Resident Evils, that they had to limit themselves to a fixed camera system in order to get all the content in there.
Did you ever play Resident Evil 1?
No.
Oh god,
No.
You missed out on, like, there was I'll never forget the first time that was the first jump scare I ever had. I walked into this room, and this tarantula that now looks just like a like an animated ball of black drops down, but at the time it looked spooky.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh god, what? I'm embarrassed.
So name off your favorites again.
Oh, this is honestly, I've just only played Beast Inside and Slenderman.
You've really never played that many horror games?
I'm more of like a shooter and
Yeah, he lives and breathes freaking Ground Branch.
Yeah.
I hate that game with a burning passion.
What's Ground Branch?
I'll let him take over here. Go for it.
It's a realistic military simulator. So it's kind of like a terrorist hunt type of thing. Intel retrieval. And very few PvP servers.
Oh, okay.
He got me to get it one day, and I got it, and that game, like, you get like an AK-47, and then you can quite literally put 97,000 attachments onto this thing.
Not anymore. They fixed that. That's not a thing anymore.
Okay, that, and it's not controller compatible, and I can't play mouse and keyboard.
It is now. You just cannot lean.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, still not gonna play it. So there's 2 games that we are going to play as a trio on this channel. We are going to play a game called Outlast Trials, and that comes out later this year, and it is a 3-person cooperative Outlast horror game. And if you guys have never played Outlast, probably you've never played Outlast?
No, I've seen people play it, and I swiftly added it to a list of games I will never play because it's way too scary for me.
It's Outlast Trials, and it's a 3-person cooperative game. And as soon as I seen it, I was like, we have the Trio YouTube channel. This is what we're gonna play.
Fuck.
Suck it up, attaboy.
Fuck.
And then the other one is what I'm calling the potential game of the year, and that is going to be
Resident Evil 8. Let's go.
Hey.
It's the sequel to Until Dawn. The Colony, or
oh yeah.
I don't know, what is it called, The Colony?
I think it is. Yeah, you told me the other day, The Colony.
Yeah, and it's like all mega actors from like in Hollywood, like people, like there's a Dewey, that's in Scream is one of the main camp people, and you
Oh.
play as it's a multiple game, and you could play up to 9 people. And I was like, oh, dude, it's co-op, so we could all 3 play together, and that's another game. 146 endings to this thing. There's a hundred.
186.
186. Sorry.
Fucking why?
Because they can.
I was like 186 alternate endings. I looked at my girlfriend. I said, me and the boys have got the game that's gonna milk all the content. I said, we got 186 different episodes. I said, between the 3 of us, that's 1,000. We're good.
Yeah, now that you said it, we're obligated to get all the endings now.
I'm like, we're gonna milk this shit. But like my thought, like I told Zombie about it yesterday, and he's like, oh god, that's gonna suck. And I was like, why? And I'm like, that just, but then I started to think about it. I was like, okay, 186 endings. Like, how, like, you've got 9 characters, right? How can you get 186 endings out of 9 characters? I mean, if you keep all 9 of them alive, there's 9 endings. If you kill like all 9 of them, there's all that ending, and then that's 18 episodes right there. And then if they're going like killing one and not the other and keeping the other alive, if they're being that tedious with it, but if these are like actual endings, that's going to be interesting, because that could mean this could be a huge game.
Yeah, I get. You said that many endings. My mind instantly went to, oh god, how big of a game file is this going to be?
Yeah. And like, what I'm so excited about with this game is we're finally getting the long-awaited sequel to Until Dawn. Like, we're not getting like the filler like Little Hope and Man of Medan. We're actually getting a sequel to Until Dawn.
Is that series only PlayStation?
I think so.
Yeah, see, I haven't played it. I have a PlayStation, but
you've never played Until Dawn?
No.
Oh, dude, you have to. It's easily the top 5 favorite games I've ever played.
Well, they need to bring it to PC, and then I'll play it.
I just want to go on record for the viewers here really quick. I have been working tirelessly. This is my notepad for note ideas for our channel. And then if you go to the next page, it's literally like game descriptions. So I can like give a description whenever I start a game, because I watched a couple of your guys' videos and you guys give like a description, and I just like, I don't know, heard it was good, I'm gonna play it, and then I just get into it, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should put a little bit more oomph into this.
Honestly, that's what I do half of the time. I'm like, this is the game, I have no idea what it's about, let's jump in.
Because what I do when it comes to like doing games, I'll just go to where I get the game, take the description, copy, put it in the description bar, take the link and put the link, and then call it a day and come up with the title. But like, outside of that, if a game looks cool, I'm just gonna play it.
Yeah, why not, right?
Oh, I got a game for you guys. You guys ever play Criminal Origins?
No.
Are you kidding? Criminal Minds Origins, right? Look, somebody look it up. I want to make sure I'm getting this right. Criminal
Zombie,
Minds
have
Origins.
You played it?
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, same here. Criminal Minds?
Criminal Origins or Criminal...
I mean, Criminal Minds is a American police...
Condemned Criminal Origins?
Condemned! That's it, yes.
Condemned Criminal Origins.
That game series...
From 2005.
Yeah, I think that was like the PS3 era.
Yeah.
That was... God, man. That was such a good game. Just outrageously terrifying.
It's on Windows.
Yeah, I highly recommend you guys either play it on the channel or check it out, because like some of these games that like are old put some of these newer games just to bed. They're like, I'm gonna show you what real horror is about.
Dude, games nowadays, like you and I were talking about this last night. Almost, especially indie horror games, they all essentially copy PT.
Oh yeah, like I played it last night. It was notes of the day, or something like that.
Yeah, note of the day. Yeah.
Yeah, note of the day. It was a literal copy paste of what it was. You walk down a hallway, you take a loop, something's like nothing changes.
Yeah.
But like you'll take a loop, you read a note, you'll take a loop, you read a note, power goes out, take a loop, but like
and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but like when you have 50 other games that do the exact same thing,
you got to stick out. You got to stick out.
Right.
And like there's, for instance, not that they're ever gonna see this, but the creators of Fears of Fathom, that game was a free demo. There's 4 series, and the second one is I'm going to be playing soon, and
like
that is $2.99. It's $2.99.
Yeah,
and it's a 40 to 50 minute game.
Yeah,
and what's so original about these games is there's 4 episodes. Each episode is based on a true story from individual people.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it's stories off of Reddit that people have written up and like uploaded onto Reddit and like directly to this game developer, and they turned their stories into a game.
I all I know is the first one was the guy said he didn't want to upload it onto Reddit just to have it to be a fictional piece. So I don't know if all the episodes are created by the same person, but I know that each episode is based on a true story from like an individual having the story happen to them.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
But like I was getting at, so like I played Fears of Fathom, and that was a 20-minute game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It was so original, creepy, terrifying, and it scared the shit out of you because you could like you just get these texts and you like somebody's breaking into your house, and then you're eating lasagna on the couch, and then you watch somebody walk up the stairs, and then they just disappear. They could be in a closet, they could be under a bed. Like, those are so crazy. And then to think that there's another episode out there, and it's like the first one was 20 minutes long. The next one, they upped it to 40. And it's like, and they're keeping it at $2. Like, they're making great content, great stories, original content, and they're making it feasible for the people that play their games. And I can't freaking thank them enough for that, because that's one of my favorite games that I played on the channel. It was so good, and it jump scared the shit out of me. Like,
yeah, that ending was amazing. Like, I'm not sure if Zombie watched it, but it was great.
I went to go out of the house, and I had like the invisible wall, and I was like, all right, well, I can't go out, so I'm going to turn around and shut the door. I was turning around to shut the door, and then I got jump scared into next week. And I was like, that was single-handedly like incredible. Like,
yeah.
And then like Fears of Darkness, there's another one that's on Steam that I want to get. Like, I've been like looking up on YouTube like horror games that people are looking for people to play, and Fears of Fathom popped up. That was on Itch.io, and I've really been enjoying like playing like non AAA title games, because it's crazy to think that like one person can create something magical.
And they do those challenges where they create a whole game within like 24 to 48 hours or something.
What's so crazy is this YouTube channel came to fruition by that. Me and Zombie were going to make a video game. We were going to make a game.
Oh, yeah.
And it started, we were playing Fortnite. I think I was collabing with you on Twitch about it. We were playing Fortnite, and then we started talking about it, and the next day we got in a call, and I was like, oh, what about this? And what about that? And this and that. And then I was like, what if we made a YouTube channel and just played a bunch of horror games? And that's all we did. He's like, I really like that. And I was like, we need to add one person. And I know exactly who to add. And then I called you, pitched it to you, and now we're here. And it was like, it went from creating a game. And then like, my thing is this, and I'm just going to keep it a stack. You know, Twitch streaming is hard as hell. It's stressful. It's irritating. It's happy. You get all the emotions. But then I was like, okay, what if we tried something new? Threw all of our eggs in one basket and was like, we're going to do this. And we're going to make the best of it we can. We're going to get 3 friends together. We're going to play 3 different horror games. We're going to upload. Like, I'm going to upload like the Monday through Friday. Adam's going to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Zombie's going to do Monday through Saturday. And we're all going to play something different each day. And then sprinkle in a podcast here and there. I was like, I think this could work. And I've had so much fun doing it. And I know we're not talking about horror stuff right now, but like it's seriously so freaking awesome to be able to like, okay, I just streamed on Twitch and then I ended that and then I did a recording for YouTube and then upload that and get immediate like response from the audience that watch. Like it's so cool to like be able to do this with everybody and have so much fun with it.
Yeah, it is really neat. Like you said, like we've been streaming and then we end stream, we go into recording, and then we work on like thumbnails, we work on edits, like all that stuff. And I don't know about Zombie, but me, I'm buying a house this year. I'm getting married this year. Like I'm up for a promotion on my day job. Like it's insane. So yeah, we've been busting our asses.
And I just take my dog for walks.
And then there's that. Yeah.
Listen, man. Don't bully me.
But like, it's a great thing. Like we all get to open our communities to each other, and it's awesome.
This is what I thought. You know, Twitch, in my opinion, has become a dog eat dog world. Everybody, to reach their goals, they got to step on top of somebody to get to where they want to go. And I was like, what if we just said fuck that, and we all 3 made a YouTube channel together? 3 of us. If I get a sub, they get a sub. If they get a sub, I get a sub. If they get if Attaboy or Zombie does, we all grow together. Like it's a collective thing. We're all putting like
it's
effort.
A central hub.
Yeah, we're all growing together, and nobody's holding anybody back. Essentially, and everybody. And everybody's on time with their videos.
Oh! That just clicked with me. I just understood it. Okay, sorry, viewers. Nope. No, I'm leaving you now. Zombie left you. I'm leaving you now.
We got to keep this in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are having a great night. Oh, that was funny. But no, I'm just having fun. I'm alone. I don't know what to talk about. I'm vamping. I hope you guys are enjoying our content. We are just 3 goofballs trying to have fun and make people happy and just build an audience together.
Hey, you want to try that one more time?
And hope. The funniest part of it was Attaboy didn't click. It didn't click in Attaboy's head until you walked off. He's like, why did he leave? We have to keep that in.
Oh yeah, that's the
The realization of Attaboy's fucking reaction was great.
I can't believe I missed it.
I love you, dude.
That was great, bro. Did you catch my bullshit off screen?
No.
Oh my god, I screamed bullshit at the top of my lungs.
So are we back now?
Oh yeah, we're back. Yeah,
we have
we're
to
back.
keep that in. We have to keep that.
We're gonna do a shameless promotion here. There we go.
Shameless.
Oh, man.
That's a good show.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know
Oh.
what Shameless is?
I've heard of it. I just
The
never watched
the best part of that was you had no fucking idea.
Dude, it took me a straight 15 seconds to figure it out.
I know. I was like, nobody's holding us back. We got this together. Videos are on time. And he's just like, and you're like, yeah. Why
Wait a minute.
Why did he get up? Oh, shit.
Jesus Christ.
This podcast is so fucking off the rails.
I mean, that's fine. Fuck it, right? It's a podcast.
Yeah. What are some other games that you like though, Attaboy?
I really like Dora the Explorer, SpongeBob SquarePants, Fairly
Zombie
Odd
just like, what the fuck?
I don't know. Zombie, what's your take? You haven't talked a lot.
I honestly I don't play much horror games. I don't really have any particular horror.
So
games.
this whole thing with you getting into the horror channel is brand new to you.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Who said something about Silent Hill?
I did.
Oh, okay. I thought Zombie did. Just kidding.
Silent Hill is a really good game. They were going to make another one, but that studio just was in shambles. They fired I can't ever pronounce his name, but they fired one of the lead people that was responsible for it, and then they
Was
just
that
kind
Kojima?
of yes, that's the person. I can't.
Yeah.
So because Kojima was working on it, I believe he was also working on PT.
Yeah,
and then they fired him, and then he started his own thing, and then he made that one game with it's the guy from The Walking Dead and Boondock Saints. Norman Reedus.
Yes.
I can't think of the game though.
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, yeah. So then he made Death Stranding,
the walking simulator.
Yeah, that's quite literally what everybody said. And then, I mean, it's nothing worse than that. That Project Red, Norman Reed, or that Keanu Reeves game that Zombie was so obsessed with.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
Cyberflunk.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Cyberpunk. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing sucked.
Yeah, I remember telling him, because he was like, dude, I just got the biggest edition. I said, he was like, you need to get it. I'm like, I'm telling you, that game is gonna fucking suck. And he's like, no, it's not. It was Cyberflop. That game came out, and it was, I think watching the glitches were more fun than anything.
Well, I mean, to be fair, with that game, CD Projekt Red really did not give us any indication that this game was going to flop. Like with Bethesda, it's a different story. Every single Bethesda release recently has been dog trash. But
the one that was I was really excited about with Bethesda, that was it was the Fallout. It was, what was the news?
Fallout 76.
Yeah, Fallout 76.
Yeah.
I was so excited about that game.
I called that from the get-go.
I was like, dude, this is going to be great. Like, it's online multiplayer with your friends with Fallout. I'm like, nothing can go wrong. And then everything went wrong.
Yeah.
Forgot the developer.
Yeah.
I feel like the last good game they made was Skyrim. Then they did ESO, and then they started doing their Fallout shit.
Yeah.
See, my favorite game that they ever made was like that kind of game was Fallout New Vegas.
Did you hear their new game?
So
the developers of the new game, the actual Bethesda developers, are saying that the software that they're using is shit for their new game.
Oh, well.
Like, the own developers are talking shit about the game, and it's not
good
even
promotion.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad in Bethesda, dude. It's a joke over there right now.
There's a game that
Oof.
that's supposedly about to come out in about 19 days, and it's called the Day After. It's got everything that could potentially make a $1 billion successful game.
That's by
But
Bethesda?
no, this is a different company. I kind of jumped off of rails
Oh.
for Bethesda. So sorry. But
No,
this
you're fine.
game, we're talking about like bad game. Yes, technically, we're talking about bad companies. So this company is known for like having the ideas to make a $1 billion game and making it a shit game.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And so the Day After is literally The Last of Us meets The Division.
Supposed to be.
Yes, and you've got like you could play with your friends, you could build your own like settlement type thing. You go out and loot, you kill this game comes out in 19 days and there's been 4 weeks of dead air. The website that was supposed to be that game
The website is down.
doesn't
even
exist. Doesn't exist anymore. It's still on Steam to come out.
The day before, you mean?
The day before, yes, the day before. And the game, the last update they gave on that game was 4 weeks ago, and that was that they did a trailer of what it looks like with ultra graphics.
Yeah, RTX, yeah.
And that was
Dude,
that was the last thing.
The website doesn't even exist anymore.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And I'm like, what they could be doing, and what I hope that they're doing, is they like, this is what RTX looks like, this is what our game's going to be like, and then they go dead air, and then they drop the game. They don't give you any information on it and have it come out and be a really good game. That's what I hope happens.
So it shows release date is June 21st.
Yep.
Developer is Fantastic. Publisher is Mytona.
Yeah, and before this game came out or got like whatever, they released another game called Prop Hunt.
I played Prop Hunt.
Yeah, so they made that. That was the filler game for this. It was literally like a Dead by Daylight style game, but a little differently. But I hope this game comes out because it's got the potential to be huge.
And if it is good, then we can all three play, definitely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we could all three play this game, but like, I just pray to God that it exists, because
yeah,
there's no guarantee.
I know, and I don't want to be that sucker to buy the game and then have the game come out and not even have it be a thing.
Well, honestly, I don't pre-order games at all nowadays. I used to. Yeah, I got screwed over by not Fallout 76. I got screwed over by Cyberpunk 2077, and I got screwed over by shit. What was it? Valhalla, which I know you like. Valhalla? I know you like Valhalla. I wasn't a big fan of it. My favorite was Black Flag.
See, that's what I said.
Yeah, Black Flag was my favorite Assassin's Creed, and that was it. But
me and Zombie went over this last night, and I said there's 17 installments of Assassin's Creed games. I said, out of the 17 games that have been installed, I said so
only 3 of them I truly liked. That was
out of the 7
and Black Flag.
Out of the 17 that was installed, there's like 4 that are kids games that aren't even connected to anything, and then the other ones, they're like, they keep trying to be something different. They try to be like the front runner, and then Origins came out, and then Odyssey. Origin was the changer because they changed that and made it open world. Right. And then it was Origin, it was Odyssey, and then Valhalla.
Right.
And then, in my opinion, Valhalla saved it. But that's just because I like the theme.
For the new Assassin's Creeds, Valhalla is very, very good. But yeah, Origins not so much, and then
I liked, which one was the I didn't like the Spartan one, whatever that one. I think that was Odyssey.
Yeah, that was Odyssey. Yeah.
I liked Origins. I didn't like Odyssey. I liked
Yep.
Odyssey and Valhalla, but that's not really horror. But anyways, that was my thing. No, I'm like Zombie and I had this thing, and we bought the $110 edition for Watch Dogs Legions so we could stream it together. And then we bought it, and then it wasn't 6 months later they advertised it that you could play with your friends at launch, and then bought it, game came out, it wasn't until 6 months after the game came out you could even play with your friends. And I was like, well, and they wouldn't take our money back to return it. And I was like, that's so shitty. So that was the last game I ever pre-ordered because I was like, we just got bamboozled. Like, so like it wasn't even until like 6 months later you could play multiplayer. And guess what? We still haven't played together. Like, I don't know.
Damn.
I'm excited for like the future of horror games though. When it comes to The Forest 2, that's coming out this year.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to play that one.
The Forest 2, because
that's multiplayer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
At least I believe it is. Layers of Fear 3.
Yes.
Yep.
I think Layers of Fear 3 is what I'm most excited about.
And what I'm excited about that is it's on a whole new engine.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's a sequel to the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the trailer. The trailer was the painting.
Right.
So I'm like, could we be getting a sequel? Is it a remake of the first one? I don't know.
Yeah. Zombie, you should... You haven't played any of them, right?
Any of
Layers of Fear.
I played the second one. I just played a little bit.
I think you should, yeah, because Chris and I played it on stream. I think you should play it for the YouTube channel.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Play the first one, then the second one.
Yeah.
Can't you do that in VR?
No.
I don't
swear
think
to God, there's a Layers of Fear in VR.
Oh, really? It may be a standalone one, but
Layers of Fear is like S tier when it comes to like
it's
indie.
The first one.
Yeah, indie horror games, Layers of Fear is my favorite.
It's a tough one because it's between Layers of Fear and The Beast Inside.
See, I haven't played that, so I don't know.
It's like $25 on Steam.
How long is that one?
Like 14, 15 hours.
Oh.
I thought it was 6 hours.
The Beast Inside?
Yeah, that was way longer.
Depends how you play, I guess.
Yeah, it took me.
For me, it took me like a week to beat it.
Damn.
Just because I suck at puzzles.
So that'd be more like a series.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, like that game, I would literally freaking pay money to watch you play that because like it's not only is it scary, it's got a phenomenal story.
It's called The Beast Inside?
Yeah, it is an S tier game. Yeah, Beast Inside is so good. I came across it, I played it, and then that's the game that kind of blew me up on Twitch. I got like that's kind of where I got my following from. I think it's like a $25 game. I would love to watch one of you two play that.
Yeah, it's $25.
Attaboy, I would love, like, you should definitely get that and play it.
The Lust Beyond, that's what it's called.
Yeah, I just got that game gifted to me. I
played the prologue. It was amazing.
The problem is you can't record that or stream it.
You can. We just have to cut out the... No, actually, you can. Because they have a like a safe mode, like a streamer safe mode where it blurs all that stuff out.
So 95% of the game's going to be blurred out.
Nice. Exactly. Yep.
Why? Because copyright?
No, because there's just like a full-blown orgy to start the game.
Yeah.
Oh. So I will play that on my own time then.
Yeah.
Exactly. Very well detailed. Very well detailed if I do so.
All right.
Yeah. Somebody I just got that gifted to me the other day. It's on like it's in my thingamabobber.
I'll just send a quick screenshot of just one thing you'll encounter.
Oh yes, please do.
Oh, I got you.
You ever play the game on the Xbox 360 called Blade, like the Wesley Snipes Blade?
No.
Oh, wait, have you heard of Blade?
Yeah, like the movie.
Yeah, the movie.
Yeah, like
Okay, well,
vampire. Yeah.
yeah, it was like the vampire movie, but it was turned into a game. I don't know what was worse, that game or the Bad Boys game that they did for Xbox. Like, dude, holy shit, man! Sometimes the people that want to turn games into movies, like, what are some movies that could be turned into horror games? Do you think?
Oh God.
Amityville Horror, right off the bat.
That
Like,
would be amazing. We're getting ready to get Texas Chainsaw Massacre as a video game.
Texas. I thought we're getting that. I thought we were getting. Oh my gosh! Come on, Chris. What's the name of it?
Are you talking about the guy with the chainsaw for a hand?
Yeah.
Dead. Fuck. What's that movie called? Dead. I know. Viewers are yelling at us right now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! I've watched it so many times. They've remade it too.
Dead.
Zombie, thanks for the help.
Yeah, Zombie, help us out here.
I have no idea what you guys.
He's got the fucking shotgun for the arm.
Bruce Campbell.
Yes, Bruce Campbell.
He was in Evil Dead.
Evil Dead. Damn
Evil
it.
Dead. Yeah.
Never seen.
God.
You've never seen Evil Dead?
Oh dear God, we need a movication for you.
Oh, dude, man. Evil Dead is like one of the best like budget films. They made the first Evil Dead at they used, I believe it was their uncle's cabin in the woods, and then they dug by hand, they dug a basement underneath it, and they only had like I can't don't quote me on this, but I believe it was only like $5,000 or $10,000 to make a full blown movie, and it just launched. Like it was insane.
Yeah, Evil Dead was like one of the like that was another one, like one of the first movies I ever watched, and the scene where she's in like that like underground cellar thing,
Yes.
where she's like got the demonic head coming out and they got the chains on her or on the top part. Yes, Evil Dead.
Yeah.
That's another game that's coming out soon.
Yeah,
Jeez.
so we have Texas Chainsaw Massacre and then Evil Dead, and
I'll have to look into that. I didn't know the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was coming out.
yeah, I don't think they have a release date for it yet, but it's essentially going to be the same as Evil Dead. They're following the Friday the 13th game, like that style. Yeah.
I that well then that could be an L then.
I mean, yeah, as long as they have support for it, because Friday the 13th didn't have any support after launch because of copyright issues. Yeah, license issues. Yeah.
See, I think like Dead by Daylight. I know this game is huge and loved by millions. I hate the game.
I played it a couple times. I also cannot get into it.
I got bamboozled. So this is how I even got the game. I watched the trailer, and it was the Nightmare on Elm Street trailer, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Because it was a full cinematic trailer of Freddy, and I was like, "Oh, you get to play like each character has their own story," and I was like, "That's so cool!" I could get to play as like somebody and have it be like Nightmare on Elm Street, so I got it, and it was like you just get to play as as Michael Myers or as Freddy. You don't get a full cinematic story. And the thing that's so stupid is if you've ever seen trailers for the game, they give you full cinematic gameplay trailers of what could be a game, part of the game. Like they've got the potential to make it a game, but they make it like a chase grab game. And I'm like, man, if you just took like your trailers and made it into a game, you could not only revive franchises, you could make so many DLCs for like Nightmare on Elm Street, like first movie, second, all fucking 30 of them, and then you could do that same thing for Halloween. But I don't know, like I just think that they could make so much money making like a series game like that. Could you imagine a full-fledged playthrough Friday the 13th game where you play as one of the campers and then like
story based.
Yeah, like a story based game where you play one of the campers and you go to Friday the 13th Camp Crystal Lake. I've been there, by the way, not that far from where I live, but the
Wait,
the
wait. Back up. What?
yeah, whenever I went for visitations with my real dad, we would always go to Camp Crystal Lake in
That's
Illinois.
an actual place.
Yeah, it's about an hour from where I live.
Did they film there?
Yep.
Did you see any crazy shit?
No, but my friend, my cousin Danny, was terrified of the thought of Jason, and I had the Jason mask, and one time I like came up out of the water as Jason and dunked him. But no, yeah, they filmed in the Camp Crystal Lake, and there's like all the cabins and everything. But
oh wow, that's awesome.
Like,
I never knew that.
But yeah, just imagine though, like you get to play as like a character from the movie, and you get to pick what character, and you get like from like give me like an 8-hour, 10-hour game.
Yeah.
Of like that, or give me Halloween. Like let me play.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like any of the slasher games. I feel like one developer, for instance, take Epic. I feel like Epic could take all the slasher movies, make individual story-based games, like Friday the 13th, Halloween, Scream, Child's Play. They could make all of those into single-story linear games and just rock with it. You know what I mean?
Oh, easily.
Yeah, but for some reason, no one's doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's pure laziness, honestly.
Well, I don't know if it's that, or I don't know if it's licensing or whatever. I mean, Epic came to mind because with Fortnite, Epic has so many licenses within the Fortnite game.
If I ever in my entire life see Michael Myers, Jason, Leatherface as a character in Fortnite, I might throw my computer across the room. Because the last thing I want to see is Michael Myers or Jason doing the WAP or the freaking.
Oh my god! Imagine.
Oh god! I think I threw my phone across the room whenever I saw Kratos in that game.
Imagine Michael Myers doing the floss.
Use creator code Chris30 Gaming for Fortnite. But no, like I just think that there was a Nightmare on Elm Street game. It was made already, and it was back on like the Super Nintendo.
Oh,
it was, but you just had to. It was literally you were running down a road surviving Freddy. That was it.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, for that era.
But no, I really think that, like, I just think that there's so many series, there are so many games that could potentially have that kind of like draw, and it has the community.
Oh, 100%.
It has fan base.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine imagine a full detailed story driven game, start to finish, you play as one of the characters from Scream.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You could play as the killer, you could play as like anything. Like it's there. It's just there's like, I think the last time that a horror game was made that was something off of a movie that was done correctly, and that was Saw, and that was done on the PlayStation 3. And if you guys never played Saw,
I saw a playthrough of it. Never played it myself though.
I played it, and it was just as terrifying as the game, because you got put in that head contraption, and you have to like literally dig in your eyeball, and there's like an animation where you're digging in your eye to get the key out.
Oh god.
Yeah, like they made that. Like, could you imagine if they remastered that in today's era on like the Unreal Engine?
You know what game they should make based off a movie? Human Centipede. Imagine just crawling in a line.
Did you ever see the game that they made? It was like the Human Centipede, but it was just a bunch of dicks, and it you had to connect them, and it was like Snake, and whoever
Oh,
had like I watched Jacksepticeye play that.
Oh, what was it called? Like Fuck Your Friend or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fuck.
yeah, and it was just like
this was a few years ago, but
yeah, Jacksepticeye and Markiplier played it, and it
yeah.
was just just huge dicks going around on the screen.
You're essentially trying to anal probe each other.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, another game that did it correctly, but it just took so fucking long to play was Alien Isolation.
I haven't played that.
That's like a freaking 80-hour game.
That's the one based off of the movie, right?
Yeah. Like it is such a I streamed it. Like it was such a long game I couldn't ever finish it on stream.
I haven't even seen the movies. Any of them. So
yeah. I've only seen like the first one. But
oh, so you've seen Alien.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've seen the one that it was based off of, Alien Isolation.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't know. Like there's a couple. Fuck, are we talking about movies or games in this podcast?
Fuck it.
Okay, there's a. It's not really horror related, but it's a sequel to the Dark Knight that is on the it's like a new Batman game that's coming out, and it's like an open world, and you play as like all the characters. It looks really good. Not horror, but still, it looks neat.
Oh yeah. You don't play as Batman per se, but you play as like Robin, Red Hood, and like supporting characters. Yeah.
Yep. It looks very interesting.
Yeah.
My girlfriend was a massive fan of those games.
I played Arkham Asylum. I really love that game.
Yeah, she liked Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight. You should record the Halloween fan made game.
Yeah, I'll probably do that for the following week or whatever.
Because I really want to watch you play that.
Mm-hmm.
They made a Pennywise game, but
I'm not playing that.
He didn't even bat an eye.
Yep. Nope. No hesitation. I already know I'm not going to play that. So
we got to make a goal that you'll play a clown game. What if we hit 50 subs?
We're already
50.
at 35.
Yep, 50.
Chris. You know we can do that overnight.
I'll make one phone call. I'll be like, hey, you want to do me a favor? I want to see my friend get the shit scared out of him.
No, thank you. I'm fine. If we do, I'll tell you what. 100 subs on the YouTube channel, I'll play that game that you're referring to. I don't even know what you're talking about. Zombie, do you have any scary games that you have on deck that you want to talk about?
I mean, I have a bunch of VR ones. One I've been looking forward to is called Scorn. It's supposed to come out in October.
Oh, I've heard of that. What's that one about again?
Atmospheric first-person horror adventure game. So
is that the one where you're in a tomb or something?
Yeah, it's like you're trapped in some like weird atmospheric environment, and you can like take this thing off your arm and like turn it into a gun or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that game looks good.
That one, if I remember correctly, that one had a demo where you were a gladiator and you just had to like whack people with maces and shit. That was a long time ago, though.
I don't think yeah.
It may have been a different game. I don't know. I could be wrong.
And then Don't Knock Twice is the second one.
Don't Knock Twice. I haven't heard of that one. What's that one about?
Psychologically terrifying urban legend.
I want to hit 100 subs so bad if I could just get.
Oh, you're running from a dead person.
I thought you were about to say you're fucking a dead person.
Oh, so what it was essentially is you were one of the cast members being Pennywise, and or like in the Pennywise, and you were in the tunnel, and then you were getting chased by the clown.
Oh, no, thank you. No, I'm fine.
I watched Jacksepticeye play it. It was utterly terrifying, and I'm like, oh, you don't like clowns?
Jeez. Yeah, clowns are my number one fear. Clowns in open water.
No, I'm excited for like the games that are coming out, and like the growth of our YouTube channel, because it's so much fun to be able to do this. Like, be able to get and call together, pitch ideas, talk about our favorite franchises, favorite games, movie series, TV series, whether it may be. If anybody in the comment has any podcast ideas that you guys want us to talk about,
Yes.
whether it be movies or games, or you want us to do like a movie review where we watch a that you guys pick, and then we come back and give our thoughts on it, like we could do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that my favorite like idea of a horror game would be playing as like in the story of like Michael Myers, Jason.
Yeah, I think ultimate like wish would be those 80s slasher movies turned into a linear game experience.
Oh, we haven't asked this. What do you guys think of the Chucky TV show?
I haven't seen it.
It's really good.
What's it on?
Sci-fi.
Yeah, I don't have sci-fi, so
it's or if you have like so if you have Sling, like that's what we had Sling, and that had like all the channels on it. It's like literally Hulu, but like a fraction of the price. Because Hulu is so goddamn expensive.
Yeah, we have Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime.
Chucky should most certainly be. Chucky's definitely on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
no,
is it?
sorry, not. It's not on Amazon Prime. It's on Hulu for sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll check it out then.
But yeah, it's really good because I was really nervous about it because, I mean, it's the original voice actor and all that jazz.
Yeah,
that does it. But I was like, man, the last couple anything that was in the series of Chucky sucked. So
yeah, like Son of Chucky or something.
The Seed of Chucky.
Yeah, Seed of Chucky. That wasn't very good. And then anything after that was like, okay, whatever.
So like I like the Bride of Chucky. I thought that was good. But like if we're going like the core of Chucky, like Child's Play, like 1, 2, 3, those were the golden ages.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
And then they just kind of went weird with like the Seed of Chucky, and then Netflix did one, and it was like Chucky was like a full on like model doll. It was like completely changed. I'm like, you guys completely ruined this.
Was that the one where like Chucky was
the Curse of Chucky?
Oh no, I was thinking of the latest movie. It's like a smart toy or something.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, like connected to Wi-Fi and all that.
Yeah. I don't know. Like they get these great they have these great like shows that they've done or movies, and then they just kind of like try to add too much to it.
Yeah.
They had other than the 2009 remake for Nightmare on Elm Street, I don't personally think that there was a bad Nightmare on like series of Nightmare on Elm Street other than the 2009 remake. Oh shit, you know another game, like another movie that we didn't mention in the other podcast? Hills Have Eyes.
Oh yeah, that's very underrated too.
Yeah, Hills Have Eyes was
I feel like
so good.
I feel like Hills Have Eyes started and then Wrong Turn kind of took over.
Wrong Turn was so good. Yeah. And then they made like there's like 7 or 8 of them now.
Yeah.
But like, did you ever watch Rest Stop?
Oh yes, yeah, I have that on DVD actually. Yeah, Rest Stop
The
is such a good one, dude.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was another one that was just
definitely.
Joyride.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, Joyride. Both of those are definitely a cult movie.
Did this is gonna be one. Did anybody like in the call or in chat ever watch Vacancy? It
Where's that?
was
That sounds familiar for some reason.
so Owen Wilson's brother was in it.
That's not gonna tell me shit. Vacancy.
Oh, so Vacancy, you were at a motel, and you were like being like watched and spied on, and it was so creepy. 1308 was another really good horror movie.
What was the one with Kane?
Kane.
Yeah, the wrestler.
Oh, See No Evil.
See No Evil. Yeah, that was a good. Yeah, that's like kind of like spying on hotel guests and all that.
Yeah, See No Evil was first one was good, second one sucked. The first one stuck with me because there's a scene where he just makes this chick swallow a cell phone.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
She swallows the old school Nokia and
Yeah.
it's just ringing in her throat.
Ugh.
Zombie, you haven't been talking much at all, man. What are your favorite horror movies? Or games?
Come on, dude.
Conjuring. I mean, I honestly I don't have much experience in horror. I just got into horror last year, so.
So, Conjuring. I'm trying to think of what's in that. Do you watch that whole universe of Conjuring?
I mean,
Or
I watched the 2 movies and I watched the 2 Exorcist movies, or 3, however many there was.
Okay, have you seen like any of the movies that are connected to the Conjuring? Because there's like a whole shit ton.
No.
So I originally hated it, but after I watched the second one, it made a little bit more sense. They should have done 2 then 1, but Annabelle Creation, Annabelle Comes Home, then the original Annabelle. Those 3 movies were really, really good. If anybody's ever watched those.
I've only seen the first Annabelle.
Yeah, that was the shitty one because I was so mad because they took the Raggedy Ann doll out
Right.
and they replaced it with the porcelain doll.
Yeah.
And that irked me because then in Annabelle 2, when that movie ends, they bring out the Raggedy Ann doll. And then when technically the second one ends, the first movie is what starts. And I hated that because I was like, that makes no fucking sense whatsoever.
Huh.
But Insidious had the biggest jump scare in any movie history, and I will challenge this whatsoever. Has anybody seen Insidious?
Yes, but it's been a while.
So where you're there, it's a bright ass day, they're sitting at the kitchen table, and then all of a sudden Darth Maul just appears behind the guy's head. You guys don't remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That movie made me never underestimate any other movie ever because I was always prepared for something to happen.
I love how you described it as Darth Maul.
Like, that's what happened.
Yeah, a red ass demon popped behind his head.
It was Darth Maul's face paint. He just they were just doing a seance, and then all of a sudden, like, pop behind his head. It was no build up. It just happened. And I was like, note to self, gotta be ready.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So this was podcast number 2. We talked about everything from the first podcast within the second podcast. Talked about horror games, horror movies. If there is anything in the foreseeable future that you guys would like to let us know about, that you guys would like to be a part of, like on the topic of the podcast, let us know in the comments below so that we can do some research on it, bring it to light, and talk about it. Or if we missed any movies or games that you guys were really interested in, let us know in the comments, and we'll be like, holy shit, we're idiots. We forgot about it. But again, thank you for hanging out with us for this podcast. We will see you in the next one. Hope you guys have a great day.